Let me preface this by saying that this is yesterday's shirt. Let's absolutely get it. If you're hearing this right now, I appreciate your time and attention. I appreciate you taking a moment, even if you've only watched it for 1 second, you shut it the fuck off. Any moment of your attention is something that I appreciate. I have some updates and I have a question for you guys, and this is a really hard question for me to ask without sounding like a complete dickhead. This is going to be a longer video, so hang in there with me. Really challenge yourself. Can your attention span handle it? Can your attention span handle listening to me rant for maybe this is going to be a 10-minute one, guys. I don't know, but it's looking like a long one because I feel like I'm going to have to spend a lot of time explaining that this is just a question and no hate, no shade, no intolerance, nothing. So I have, for whatever reason, the topic of disability, like physical disability, has been something that really without intention I've been consuming. It's just kind of been something that has come across my screen, you know, whether in tweets that are recommended because I just started my Twitter again because I forgot my fucking login information, or, you know, sponsored ads on Instagram or ads on Facebook, or, you know, even maybe things that people have been posting. And I've recently kind of had to take a look at, you know, how I feel about the issue of ableism. Specifically, I watched a live stream, a couple minutes of it, yesterday with IMG Models Worldwide, and a gorgeous supermodel named Jillian Mercado. Jillian, if I'm not mistaken, has muscular dystrophy, and she is one of, if not the only disabled American supermodel, professional supermodel, which is absolutely outstanding, needless to say. And I'm going to tag her in this, and if I could get her feedback on this, it would just be amazing. But overall, I really want you guys to give me feedback on this. Please, if you've never commented on a post before, if you never comment on another one, I need feedback on this post. Don't just watch and do nothing. I always ask for feedback. I always ask for feedback on certain posts, and you guys relentlessly do not talk to me. So, fucking talk to me today. I mean it. I fucking mean it. I don't know how many angles I have to say it in. I don't know how many different languages I have to say it in. Fucking comment. Comment. Even if it's to tell me that I look disgusting and my face is greasy. I don't give a shit. Say something. Say something. Okay. Anyway. It's in all seriousness, if you guys don't say anything, just the fact that you're fucking watching this is enough. I don't know why I'm being a spoiled brat, but it's so weird. Like, the more I have seen sort of accidental content on social media or the internet about people with physical disabilities, the more I've run into people with physical disabilities in public. It's just odd, the correlation. But I am making this right now because this happened literally not 15 minutes ago. I was in Food Lion, and I used the restroom, and I walked out, and I was walking through the store, and I happened to be walking straight down this aisle to go back out the door. And I get to the end of the aisle, and around the corner comes this woman, and she's probably like, you know, late 30s, early 40s. Who knows? She looked very young. She could have been 108. I don't fucking know. But she was in an electric wheelchair. And I kind of like stopped, and it scared the shit out of me. And she actually came very close to hitting me. And I just kind of stopped, and I was like, whoop. And I didn't say sorry, and normally I would. Normally, I mean, you could pour soup on me and push me down a flight of stairs, and I'd be the one to apologize to you. But for whatever reason, I didn't say sorry, and I kind of was waiting for her to say it. And she just like looked at me as if I was in her way, and then like just kept like literally like sped off. I don't know how fast those things go, but she was in full gear when she like pulled away from me, because I think she was like pissed that she even had to stop and waste time going around my useless sack of meat and bones. But it really upset me, and I really had some, you know, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm not going to act like I didn't have some ignorant thoughts and just rude, ignorant, just bleh. But I filtered them out. And that's another thing that I'm going to have to explore. Like, I think that this content and running into strangers in public that have these situations, or this specific situation, has come about because I've never really had too much exposure to it. And, you know, I can tend to be kind of like cold about it. And there are a lot of things that I want to change about my point of view because it's very ignorant. And I mean, I barely even know how to like ask a question or articulate my feelings without sounding super ignorant. So I just really want to be educated on it, and I want to have a discussion about it, and find out what some of the issues are. I know when I was checking out Jillian's page the other day, one thing that she was discussing was the issue of certain buildings being like wheelchair accessible, and she was saying how she got invited to a party, and these gentlemen had to, it was like 4 guys had to carry her down 3 flights of stairs while she sat in a chair, you know. And she was just expressing how even though places aren't wheelchair accessible, she still doesn't allow herself to be robbed of certain experiences. But she was saying that, you know, you'd think it would kind of be common sense to include something like that, but it's really not. And she was explaining how certain things are built or organized or put together, not just physical structures, but like events, you know, social gatherings, parties are put together without that specific group of people in mind. So without people that have physical disabilities. And anyway, whatever. My question is it I guess acceptable? Am I a piece of shit for like being mad that she didn't say I'm sorry? Is it bad? Like I really was my first reaction was like fury, and I don't know why. I mean, even if it was somebody that didn't have the issue, like the issue of a physical disability, I'd still be pissed. And that's kind of why I feel like it's a healthy reaction and maybe not something that I should be ashamed of or feel the need to apologize